All right, what's up, man?
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of Real Brothers Live, Real Brothers for the Real World. Today we live in Philly at the
Wreck Philly.
Rec Philly. And if y'all get a chance, come on through. If not, we'll be sending out the login and we'll let you on and speak your piece. Uh, Welcome to our digital neighborhood. We hope you enjoy the nice show. And Stace, what we got on? What we got on?
On the agenda?
On the agenda tonight.
All right. Well, first of all, we like to give a shout out to our man. He's not with us tonight. Guy Lang. He's at some kind of fundraiser. He mentioned the name of it. It's a fundraiser for, I think, people getting out of incarceration or something. So he's not with us physically, but he's here. He's with us in spirit. So what's up, Guy? And keep doing the good work, man. We got a couple of questions. The 4 topics. We're gonna run through them. We have, what if Rittenhouse gets off? We have, why the increase in teen death? We have, why are we really woke? And is there too much Big Brother? All right. But Nike, 2 things. Before we go into that, we like to let everybody know who we are. Today we coming to you, like Nike said, live from Rec Philly. Nike, don't forget to put the link in there also. Put the link in.
Oh, I got you. Right.
We're coming live from Rec Philly. It's a space for creators, creative people in the gallery, in the old gallery. It's a really nice place. They have a lot of live studios and different things like that. They'll also help you if you doing a podcast and things like that. They also give you assistance with that. So it's a nice creative space for people. So we down here today. Actually, we found out my man Phil live and Pop came down. So hopefully they can join.
We got our North Philly homies in the house. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Nike, before we go, man, I do have a random. I got a random.
What's that?
I brought it up, but we didn't get to talk about it. All right. My random is this whole Travis Scott thing. A little bit of background. Travis Scott's popular performer. He was performing at some kind of festival in Texas, and it was 50,000 people. Crowd went crazy. They rushed the stage, and like 9 people have died. Now,
right.
Yeah. The thing about it, though, when I first heard the story, because of course now the lawsuits are flying. You know, people are suing Travis Scott and anybody that was involved with it. And initially, I'm thinking, why are they doing that? Why are they suing him? He was a performer. But the difference is, Nike, apparently he's been cited before for basically inciting. He apparently kind of encourages the crowd to come toward the stage. There was a fella that they said he encouraged to jump from the balcony. And so there's a lot of gray with this. If that's the case, if he's encouraging them to rush the stage, then like I said, man, there's a lot of gray with that.
Yeah, but he don't own the venue, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
and they usually are insured for that kind of stuff.
Well,
right?
that's not to say that insurance that he's not covered and insurance won't pay for it, but the fact that if he's encouraging people to rush the stage, how you doing right now? If he's encouraging folk to rush the stage, then to a certain extent he is liable. There's some fault there. You know, that's almost like
you ever been to like a Red Hot Chili Peppers show or like a Onyx, one of them type, raucous type shows?
Right now,
man, they be having mosh pits and crowd surfing, all that shit. Like, if you participating in that, like, you get what you get.
Now, I agree with that. If I guess, but a mosh pit is set up for that. A mosh pit is set up for you to get down there in the pit and slam up against each other.
But I'm saying, if you slam up there and get hurt, that's on you, right?
But a Travis Scott concert, I don't know if it's that type of, if people go there for that type of concert, So and to be honest with you, even in the mosh pit, I could see an attorney, if someone were to get seriously hurt in the mosh pit, I could see an attorney being able to file suits and win some, because you're still putting people's health in danger. I'm just saying there's gray in that. There's gray in that.
It is. I mean, I'm not saying that he's without fault. But what I'm saying is like, okay, let's say me and you are at a concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
We see that it's crowded, 50,000 people or whatever. Are you gonna be dumb enough to rush the stage with 50,000 people thinking? I mean, what's your purpose of doing that?
True.
Like,
Yeah.
are you getting on the stage? What are you doing? What is
Well,
your
and,
motivation?
well, actually, that's what they said. I'm glad you mentioned that. That he's known to pull people from the audience onto the stage. So some people rush the stage in the hopes of being that chosen one. I again,
Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for the people, that
yeah,
lost their lives and got hurt and everything. But I think, and I probably would be thinking, speaking about
differently.
it differently if it was somebody in my
Mm,
family or something
mm,
like that. But
right, right.
I think they should be compensated. I'm not saying that,
Mm,
but
hmm hmm
like sometimes, like people have to
Personal
be smarter.
responsibility.
Yeah,
Right,
you have to
right.
sometimes have your own personal responsibility. You
Hmm
can't just
hmm
say, "Oh, well, he told me to do it," so
Yeah.
you know what I'm
But I
saying?
think I think the unfortunate part is that because I think they said that the age range of the people that were killed were like 10 to 25. So it's a younger crowd, and unfortunately, some of those
Why is a
people.
10-year-old
Well,
at a what you
but
call it concert?
that's his customers. Those are his fan base. He's a
His fan
I,
base is that young?
yeah,
Travis
yeah,
Scott,
yeah,
because he got the
yeah.
McDonald's, Johns, and all that.
See, I didn't even know about that, but I guess so.
Yeah, he got the Travis Scott meal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But anyway, so that was my random. So all right, let's get
Yeah.
well. Hopefully Phil can get on. I think Phil is in the building. He's gonna try to log on.
My man Phil is in the building.
All right, so Phil's going to get on and join us. Also, we got Pop in here also, so I don't know if Pop is going to try to get on as well. All right,
Yeah, we're gonna have both of them on. Yeah, that
so
works.
so, so Nike, we got the 4 topics. So,
Yeah.
we got what if Rittenhouse gets off? Why the increase in team depth? Are we really woke? And finally, we have too much Big Brother. Where do you want to go, man? Where do you want to go with this?
Let's go ahead and knock the Rittenhouse joint off real quick.
I know. Yeah,
Cause
that's
like that joint is kind of like
yeah.
they asking for trouble. Like that, and see, this is part of what I mean why when I say that we always expecting change, right? Or we always expecting things to be different.
Mhm.
It's gonna be the same old thing.
What you
Same
mean?
like if he gets off, it's
Mhm.
gonna be more rioting, more looting, more protesting, more marches, all that shit. But ain't nothing gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the
I
same.
mean,
It's like a revolving cycle. Like,
mhm.
okay, we get fucked up, nobody is accountable, we protest, we march, and it goes back again. Somebody else get hurt, same thing. It's a cycle. It ain't gonna never
But
stop.
you know what though? He needs to be found guilty. He needs to be found guilty.
I think so
But
too.
but
It's
but
no
but
way he can be found innocent if you look at it. I
wait a
mean,
minute. Okay, what do you mean
first
by
of all,
that?
he illegally had. Okay, so
Okay,
he's 15 years old with an AK with
okay.
a
So a
AR-15.
gun charge,
That's
a gun
illegal.
charge.
That's a gun charge right there.
But what
So
about
then,
murder though?
wait. Let me finish. So his mom took him across state lines
Okay,
which she should be charged too.
true,
If she
true.
took him
Agreed,
across state lines
agreed,
with an AR-15,
agreed,
then she got a problem too.
agreed.
So first, and then you took a weapon across state lines, and then you killed 2 people and injured another one. Like, come on, man! Like,
But
and
I
then walk
think
right past the police.
I think that part, the gun charges seem cut and dry. I
And then
get
she
that.
took him back home.
But listen to this. I think though they're gonna find enough gray with the murder that they might to pacify the community. They might find him murder 3 or the least form of
Yeah,
endangerment or something
but
because
is
they're gonna
that
feel like they
justice? Is that
see
justice?
well but I don't but see there's enough gray though. Like they had witnesses that said that they saw him pull the trigger after the fella reached for the gun. So there's gray there. It's not cut and dry as far as the
It's
murder
no
charge.
gray. It's no gray.
No, but
Because
listen to this
first of
though.
all, he shouldn't have been there.
No, but listen. I give you the gun charges. I got that. He bought the gun. He shouldn't have had it. He went across state line. I'm talking about the murder charge. There's going to be enough gray to say that if you have a gun, illegal or not, and someone reaches for it and tries to take it away from you and you kill them, can you make the point that you were afraid that someone
So
was
they
gonna
tried to
take
take
the gun?
that. They tried to take his gun from him.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They had
Well,
witnesses that said
he
that.
wasn't supposed to have it.
Agreed, but that's still a gun charge. I'm talking about the murder charge. All I'm saying is, I think that now hear me out. I think that they should give him a murder charge. I think they're going to need to. And I hate to say it because this is
Yeah,
where it
that's
gets
true.
sticky. Because even with the gray areas, at what point do you say, okay, we have to give you something because if you don't, there's going to be a problem. So it almost like it puts the system in a tough spot because now even if there was gray here and we shouldn't give you some type of murder charge, you feel almost obligated to because if not, is there going to be rioting in the street if we don't find you with murder or something? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, it's definitely gonna be it's gonna be chaos if he gets found not guilty. You know what I'm saying?
I think they'll get him with something though. But again, my point is that unfortunately there's enough gray there to say that I don't know about using the laws. I don't know about being able to find him guilty of murder with the way from what we see and hear the way that it happened. Like I said, it just seems like there was a lot of gray there, man. So
Yeah,
if he gets,
it's always gray when it comes to them folks. Picture that boy if he was black.
Good point.
Picture him if he was black.
Good point. Good point.
What would his chances be?
Well, I'll see, but again,
then?
though,
What was his chances be to be found
of the
guilty if he was
well,
black?
see now, I would hold on to my original statement. If he were black, I would still be saying there's gray there. I would still be saying no. I said me.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
coming with the system would do.
We would say it's gray there, but they would roof him anyway. You know what I'm saying?
True. Because and that's what the preconceived notion going in that he's already prone to violence and everything else. So
right.
Yeah, they would probably roof him there, like you said. But so you
For
think?
sure.
So do you think? Because I hear that they have they've already put the National Guard on standby, and they're already preparing for it. So you think if he's
That's
found
why
not
you
guilty-
know. That's why you know it's some shit that ain't right. You know what I mean? They already calling for the National Guard because they know that shit ain't gonna be right.
So you think if he is found not guilty or murder 3, do you think he'll be rioting for murder 3?
That would give. I don't know. I think that would be kind of shitty too. You know what I mean?
Really?
But yeah, murder
So
3.
but now wait a minute. So you saying murder 1, but that would mean premeditated. Well, but he went down there.
He went down there with an AR-15, crossed state lines. So is that not premeditated?
Well,
Walking
but remember
in a crowd
though.
of people with a.
But now.
Okay, what's your motivation for having a loaded AR-15 walking in a crowd of people that are protesting and demonstrating?
Well,
what is your motivation for that?
He said that he went down there to protect property, which they
protect
do.
Whose property? He don't even live in the state, so who property he protecting? He can't even use that as a defense because he's not even protecting his own property.
Let me see.
He call himself protecting somebody else's property.
Right. Well, I mean, is it against the law? And I guess I'm asking this rhetorically. Is it against the law? I mean, can you not protect somebody else's property? You know what I mean? Does that kind of negate that argument?
Yeah, that negates that argument altogether because so there's no okay, he was trying to steal my whatever. No, you all the way in another state messing with people, you minding somebody else's business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And the judge, he's not making this trial no better.
Yeah.
When the defense attorney can say,
I don't want any more black preachers.
We want any more black preachers coming in here. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, now that was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like talking about crazy. He might get intimidated. You know what I'm saying? And then the judge is screaming at the prosecutor about how he is addressing the defendant. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it's always
Yeah, he's not
different
helping
strokes
it.
for different folks.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
That judge is not helping it. I mean, he seems to be making himself a
Yeah.
part of the trial, which you should never do. Stephanie
Right.
said if he were black, there would be no gray at all, and that's what
What?
he's just saying. You know, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I agree. If he were
Yep.
black, now Sandy said the judge needs to be impeached.
I think so. Because he's not conducting the trial with unbiased. Like he's not conducting an unbiased trial. You can see some of the decisions and some of the statements he makes is prejudicial. You know what I mean? So like I said, if he was black, it wouldn't even be all that.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Pat said there are zero circumstances that property can be protected by a firearm. If you're protecting now,
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't say zero because you come in my
right,
property.
right. I was gonna say that. Yeah, if you're protecting your property, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about outside. I think that part of it is might be the case. Like they say, if you shoot somebody, make sure they don't leave the property. But if you protect,
Like if you on your own, if you
Right.
on your own property,
right,
you know, and somebody's trespassing, they get what
Right.
they get.
all right,
But you can't
right.
go across state lines
Yeah,
to somebody else's event carrying your weapon and threatening people because that's threatening in itself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah.
So
Now,
like, yeah,
she
that's
said,
bullshit.
let me see something. Inside your home. Okay, that's what he said. He was old enough to possess a weapon and cross state lines with it. Should be old enough. Should be an open and shut case. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
many of us are going to say he shouldn't be found guilty.
Hey,
But
here, let me say this for the record. Fuck him. I hope they, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
if he
I
was
agree.
black, he'd be looking at the death penalty. So
I
fuck
agree.
him.
I agree.
You know
Did
what
you
I'm
see him crying? You see the video of him crying, man?
I seen him trying to cry. I said, somebody hand that boy an onion.
That thing was
Somebody hand
crazy,
that
man.
nigga an onion.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. You know, I mean, not a tear in sight. Not a tear in sight. Yeah.
Wait, and then he looking around to see who looking at. Fuck
It
him,
was
man.
it was crazy, man. Yeah, they
You
need
know
to
what I'm
roof
saying?
him. They need to
Yeah,
roof him, man. He
for
deserves
real.
it.
No, seriously. Yeah, I know he's young, but fuck him.
I mean, no, but like I agree with Pat said that if he's old enough to get a gun and take it across
Right.
state lines, you pay the consequences of it, whatever they
Right.
happen to be. You know, that
Yeah.
that video was hilarious. Yeah, I think we all found a lot in that.
One tear. Not
Yeah,
one tear.
yeah.
They could have
It's
helped
a
the boy
shame.
out, put some onions in his pocket or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Some shit.
So last question on this then. So if he gets murder 3, do you think they'll riot, or you think that'll
I
be
think they
enough to
should.
keep?
Well, let me just say this. You know me, I'm all worn out from the protesting and the all that shit, like the march and the protesters. Fuck all that. Like what we need to do as a people is get these laws changed and get these like okay, look at the judges that be on these trials. They all and I'm not trying to be racist or anything like this, but when you have older white men that are in charge, well, how do you expect them to rule, right? Because they have a certain belief system that they come into the job with.
That's what Sandy said.
You know
He
what I
needs to be
mean?
impeached. Yeah.
Right,
So,
yeah.
you know. All right, Nike. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
Oh, and everybody, we live on scene here, so
Right.
there's a lot of
Little background noise.
So
Yeah.
just like I said, we live, so
Right.
it is
Or
what it
come
is.
down. Come down.
Yeah.
You know. All right.
Come on through.
So
Be part of the noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bring it with you. Or the link is out there, right, Nike? So if someone wants
Yeah,
to
I got the
join us
link out there.
where they are,
Yeah.
hopefully they'll click on the link and join us. All right.
Yeah.
Next 3 questions. Why the increase in teen death? Are we really woke? And is there too much Big Brother? All right, so let me choose. All right, let's go. Good evening, Lynette. All right, let's go with the Big Brother. I know this is especially. I think this is a good one. The reason why I think is there too much Big Brother. The reason that I think this is a good one, Nike, is because we all believe in. We all want safe communities, and they have found that when they put the cameras up in certain areas, unfortunately, the crime moves to another area, but it slows down the crime where the cameras are.
Right.
So what do we think about that? What do we think about, you know, if you can't put police on every corner to put more cameras out, are we as a community for or against that? What do you think?
Against what? More
Just
police?
no, more cameras, more cameras, more Big Brother. Them using electronic devices
Well, they
to.
doing that anyway. So
I
you know, what I
know,
mean,
but is that a good
they
thing?
doing that anyway.
But is
No, it
that a
ain't a
good
good.
thing?
Well, it depends.
What you mean?
I would
Well,
say when they overstep their
hmm.
authority, then I say no.
What do you mean overstep your authority? Like what?
Like so the technology they have right now, they can take a satellite in space and point it to
Hmm.
anywhere
Hmm.
and
And listen.
use facial identity. They can use facial identities software to lock on a target. They can hear what you're saying. They can connect to your device. Like if they wanted to right now, they could be inside.
Absolutely,
They
absolutely,
can tap right inside our
absolutely,
laptops, and
absolutely.
we have no. You know what I'm saying? They say they can't do it, but they do it
But we
every
know they
day.
do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a
I
simple
know
hack.
for a fact, and you know what kind of work I do. So I know for a fact that that's being done,
Right,
right?
right, right.
It's
So it
crazy.
sounds like though we're willing to sacrifice some of our personal freedoms for safety. I
I'm
say
not.
we are.
I'm not.
But you
Because you
just
know
said though.
what?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think people should be
Let me
responsible.
see.
All right, go ahead.
But as you just said though, Nike, you're okay with it unless it's abused or until they overstep. But as long as they're not abusing it, we're okay with some of it.
But we know they're going to abuse it. That's the thing, right? You already
Mm.
know that's what they created it for. So they're going to do what they have to. They're going to do what they want to do with it, and they're going to tell you they're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, because how would you know? You know what I'm
Which
saying?
how would you know what? What do you mean? How would you know
How would
what?
you know if they listening to your phone
Yeah,
calls
you're
or if
right.
you
You
listening
wouldn't.
to your videos? You don't.
You
And
don't know.
just like that note somebody sent me or that letter that somebody sent me that I posted, right?
Hmm.
They talking about they already are monitoring shit. I think they monitoring our shit, but I don't
Hmm.
care because I can
Hmm.
say what I want. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because supposedly I'm an American too, right? And I got the
Hmm.
First Amendment freedom to say whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
if I want to say Black Power, I'm gonna say Black Power. And just because I'm and just because I am pro-black, that don't mean I'm anti anything else
Right.
or any kind of domestic terrorist. But I'm to the point where I'm not a domestic terrorist, but I'm not going to take nobody's shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm going to be as free. I'm free. Nobody
Right.
can tell me what to do. I
Right.
don't give a fuck what government they work for, any of that. I
Hmm.
do what I want to do.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not hurting anyone,
Right.
as long as
Absolutely.
I'm not causing
And
any
that's the way that
problems
it's
for
supposed to
nobody
be.
else.
But Nike, but the issue becomes that if especially if okay, look at it this way. Let me ask you this. And this is using the example that we always talk about. If we know that there's somebody out there causing problems, causing
Right.
problems in the neighborhood, are you opposed to is your philosophy we need to put this person off the block at all costs? Tap his phone. I mean,
What? No, no.
no,
Because what? Because one day somebody
they
could
gonna do
decide
yours.
that you need to be off the block, and then they're gonna tap your phone.
Yeah,
See,
but
you
Nike,
have to think in those
but
terms. You got to think what's good for the goose is good for the gander,
absolutely. But
right?
like you just said though, but you just said that you don't care if they tap yours because you're not a terrorist. You're not doing anything wrong.
Oh, I don't want them tapping my phone. What I'm saying is they could tap it all they want. That's not going to
Right.
stop me from doing what I have been put here to do. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
they killed Malcolm, they killed Martin, right? Only way they're gonna shut me up is only one way to shut me up. You know what I'm saying? And that's
But
just what it
again,
is.
but the question is then, so if the person that's truly causing the problem, the person that's
Oh, I'm
terrorizing the
going to cause
neighborhood,
eventually I'm going to cause a problem.
that's not what I'm talking about. The
All
person
right.
that's truly causing the problem. Let's say the person that's out there shooting people on the block and and doing things that we know are illegal, you still say don't, even though you might have probable cause, we know that this person is a menace to society, still don't tap his phone because I don't want you to tap my.
Tapping his phone. No, I don't believe they should have their phone tapped. If they have evidence that this person is doing this and that,
Right.
then
Then use
yeah,
it.
lock them up or take them off the street, whatever you gotta do. But to me, and it's just my belief, my phone is my personal device, right? I use it to do personal communications, right? So when you start encroaching on my personal freedoms, then to me that's a problem.
But now let's say that person uses the phone, which we know. I mean, like you said though, Nike, everyone that has a phone, they use it for everything, good and bad. So if this person is terrorizing the neighborhood, who said call the police? That must be God.
That's God.
It's God. I don't know. We gotta look.
Oh, that's Renee. That's Renee.
Oh, is that Renee? My sister? Oh, she's in on the joke now too. Well, he didn't do anything yet, Nate, so there's no need. Already down to 9-1. I'm just waiting for him to do
he
something.
He said call the police because he know he get ready to do some
He
shit.
know to do something. Right. We got him on notice. But using that example, we know that this dude is terrorizing the neighborhood. He uses the phone to call other people out to make deals. And so therefore, if you're using that and to help commit a crime, then that phone is no longer exclusive, or it's now a part of the crime scene, I guess you would say. So, like I said, I mean,
so like like they do on First 48 and all that kind of shit. So my man was at the crime scene,
right,
and then
right.
they got his phone now. They know where his last ping. They can ping the cell towers, all this bullshit.
Right.
All right, that's cool. I'm talking about listening in on somebody's private conversation that don't have nothing to do with any crime or anything like that. That's wrong, right?
I agree. That's wrong. I agree. But I think the gist of
because that's a slippery slope. It
is. And there's
like
the
I said,
issue.
once they're able to do that for brother over here, then what's the stop?
I guess the difference is that it has to be tightly controlled. Meaning the way that it's supposed to be, No, but listen, hear me out. Let me finish. The way that it's supposed to be. No, you didn't let me finish. The way that it's supposed to be is if we know that this person is using this device as a part of a crime, you go get a warrant for it, almost like searching your car. That's the way that it's supposed to be. No. I know. But like you said, it is a slippery slope because, like you said, our government, a lot of time those warrants and things like that are abused. But it sounds like we're both saying that if it's happening the right way, the way that it's supposed to be, then use the mechanism that you have in place to help reduce crime, violence. Oh, we shouldn't have given her that. We shouldn't have given her the log on.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Sandy said, police will kill you on body cam. Big Brother's not on your side. Unfortunately, Sandy, I think that they will. Well, actually, a lot of them got slick. See, but I think I go one step further.
They start turning them joints off.
See, but listen to this. I think, and this is where we talk about accountability. I believe that every one of them police officers, if your body cam is not working and a crime is committed, and we get back to the station and find out that it was turned off, you need to be you need to face some kind of consequence. You need to be fired. But I go a step further. If you killed someone or someone was injured, you need to be subject to whatever those charges are. If they called assault or something like that, and
that's the way it should be, but it never happens. It never goes there.
And that's a problem. That's a problem.
And the only one way to fix that problem, let's not identify the problem so much as what can we do. Like what has to be done to fix that kind of situation?
The laws have to be enforced.
Over and over.
The laws have to be enforced. The laws have to be enforced.
We have to unite.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
laws ain't for us. First
No,
of
no,
all,
no, 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 no. I disagree. If you have a right police commissioner in place, that's gonna put put his foot down and say, okay, you know what, police union, I understand that you're standing up for the officers, but if we gave them body cams for a reason and they're making everyone look bad, and if a crime is committed and an assault happens, and this police officer assaults someone and turns their cam
how
off,
often does that
we're gonna
happen,
process.
Stace?
Listen to me, Nike. The point is, you need to put people in place. I'm not saying it needs to happen
No,
more,
you're right.
but you have
How
to
do you
have the
put
right
people
people
in
in place.
place? How do you do
Voting,
that?
voting, voting.
How do you and then how do you do how would you get voting to fix that issue? You
Agreed,
have to
agreed.
you have to be
Correct,
united,
correct,
right?
correct, correct,
Everybody
correct,
has to be on
correct.
the
On the
same
same
page,
page. Agree, agree.
right?
Totally,
If we were
totally.
all on the same page, we could put as
Agreed,
many people as we need in office to make all the
agreed,
changes we need.
agreed, agreed.
But we
I
haven't
agree with
been,
that.
you know what I
I
mean?
agree. I agree.
All right.
You're not gonna get any disagreement from me on that. I agree. We need to, come together and vote and make sure that people that are gonna get up there and vote for rubber bullets.
Vote for rubber bullets.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, but I don't know, if someone has a firearm of their own, I don't know,
I'm not
if that's
trading
gonna
my
stop
bullets in
somebody.
for rubber.
Yeah, you know. All right,
It's just
all right.
because, like, because you can't trust that other people is going to do
No,
that.
but
You
I
know what I mean?
think
If it
she
was
was talking
fair
about.
and everybody had rubber bullets, then I'd be like, all right,
No, I think
I'm down with that.
I think this person was talking about for the police. Oh no, that wasn't Renee.
Uh,
That was Renee Trent. That wasn't my
oh
sister
yeah,
Renee
yeah,
that
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah, yeah,
call the police. Okay. All right. Okay, Renee. Thank you for your input. All right.
yeah.
All right,
Hey,
night.
hit the link and come on and talk about some stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We thought Phil was good then. Where's Phil? You can't get off.
Phil, you ain't
You
coming
can't get
on,
off
Phil.
out. Huh? You can plug in. You plug in, it's the socket right
Plug
there.
in,
Oh,
Phil.
all right. All right, here we go. So we got why the increase in teen death,
Right.
and are we really woke? Which one, Night? We won't go.
All right, I'm gonna save that one for last, the woke John for last.
Actually,
I won't get in. I want to get into the teen death thing, and because I got skin in the game on this one. You know what I'm saying?
with the
Like
teen death.
in 2019, my son was murdered. Right? Hey, what's up, Phil?
Phil,
There
what's
we
up,
go.
man?
What's up, gang? What's going on, y'all?
What's
So much,
going
man.
on?
First of all, thanks for coming down here, man.
Man, thanks for
Yeah,
having
yeah,
me,
yeah.
man.
The topic, I don't know if you heard it right now, Phil. We're talking about, and actually, you'll appreciate this. The topic that we're going with now is why is there so much teen death? All right.
Teen death.
Yeah.
Teen death?
Teen, like
Yeah,
teenage.
teenage
Teen
death.
death,
Okay.
death and suicide and all that.
Right.
So, like
go
I
ahead,
said,
Nike.
this one hits me personally. I got a lot of skin in the game on this topic, just because in 2019 I lost my son to gun violence, right? So, I still haven't really recovered from that. You know what I mean? Because the worst thing that could ever happen to a person
Kid.
is to have their child die before them. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but that is
It's the worst. Yeah, yeah.
that's the worst. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that's definitely the worst. And like I said, I haven't recovered from that. But that aside, I think that the environment that our kids are in is detrimental to their mental health.
What do you mean, Nike?
Because all right, so on the one side you got people who trying to get ahead, right? You got these young guys out in the street, and I was the same way. I'm trying to eat.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't have at the time I didn't have, well, I had an education, but I didn't have like the right education. You know what I mean? Or I didn't have the education that was going to bring me the money that I wanted to make. You feel me? So, and it's like that for a lot of these brothers out here. And what it is like,
At least
you
they
got-
don't think. They don't think that's the case.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, inflation is so high, right? you can barely eat anymore, and if you ain't making a certain amount of money, man, you hurting. You know what I'm saying? And that all of that pressure on a young person, especially if they don't have a good family, if they don't, if they don't have support, that pressure, what they say, pressure bust pipes, right? So they walk around with this anger. They like they mad at the world, right? Because they walk around with and they walk around and I used to be the same way. So that's why I know what I'm, you know what I'm saying? They walk around with this anger, like everybody's against them. So they like, fuck it, I'm gonna do me, and whatever happened. And then on the other side of that, some people get in trouble, go to jail, and live better in jail than they do out on the street.
That's a hard one right there, though. I mean, that's a hard.
But the thing is, so why they out here shooting each other, killing each other? I don't agree with it, but I understand it. You know what I mean? And that's the way we have to. That's the way we have to approach our young people. You can't keep talking shit about them, like, oh, these young black boys ain't shit because they killing each other and they shooting each other up. Well, you have to give them something to look forward to. You got to give them hope. You got to give them, you know what I mean? You got to give them education. You got to give them a way forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just throw your hands up like, oh, they ain't shit.
I mean,
Hey,
go ahead.
can I say something real quick, man?
Yeah, I mean, Phil, yep.
Hey, keeping it 100, man. There's a lot of opportunities out there, man, for these kids, man. And let's go back to when we came up. We didn't know about a lot of these opportunities ourselves.
That's right.
Like a lot of these opportunities young boys getting, man, like with the AAU basketball programs, things so small as that.
Right.
We never knew nothing about it.
Right.
They got plenty of programs and stuff, man. The thing is, do they want to utilize these things?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
So
and another thing too,
hold on. Let me jump in real quick, Knight. And actually, Phil, that's the direction that I was going to go with it.
Right.
It's not so much that the stuff, the information on the education that they can't get the job and all that other kind of stuff, because no one makes the money that they want to make, but they go out there, they continue to strive, and and as Phil, the direction Phil is going, they take advantage of the opportunities that are there. So maybe the issue isn't really, it's more of a mentality. It's a breakdown with the way they think.
Mindset.
Right, but that's where that mentality comes from. That's where that mentality comes from.
Target's starting off at $20 an hour right now. Amazon starting you off at $21 an hour.
And signing bonuses.
Come on, man. We can't put it on that.
Yeah, it's not.
It's the mindset. Like,
it's the mindset.
Me working with
that's what I'm saying. Man, we have to change the mindset.
You go. Exactly.
You don't have nobody to tell you that. Look, bro, don't be out here. You see.
That's not the answer.
Wait. The thing these young people don't understand is, like, if you hustling is a 24-hour job.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a regular job, you work 8 hours a day and you off. When you hustling, you working all day, you working all night.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You looking over your shoulder all day, all night.
You know what I'm saying? It's short term.
The working man got to look over his shoulder nowadays.
That's true.
The way this shit going on. True. Everybody got to look over his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Phil, what is you said you out here with him, man? You said you made a statement. You said it changed your perspective. What do you mean, man?
What you say? Can you repeat that?
You said that you out here working with him. It changed your perspective. What do you mean?
Oh man, you see it firsthand, man. These young boys they don't want nothing, man. They don't value nothing, man. And
so
much game we try to give them. When I'm around them young boys, I try to give them all the game I can, man. And it's free. I tell them it's free. I tell them that my mistakes don't be your mistakes.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it do be people out here schooling them, and them dudes, they go right in one ear and out the other too, man.
But
you know what I mean? But we got to change, like you said.
Yeah.
Like you said, the mindset is bad, man.
Right.
These dudes, I had one kid tell me, man, look, I'm going home, put my gun on my waist, I'm gonna die for my block.
Dang.
But listen, I mean, so that like when you say that's a mindset, right? That's because these cats don't have they don't have a foundation to build on. You know what I'm saying? They just out here. You know, so Phil, you work with
let me make a correction. Hold on. Before you do that, Wait a minute, I want to make a correction though with what you said. You said they don't have a foundation. They don't think they have a foundation. I think that's what Phil and I are saying. They have what they need. A lot of them don't want it or they don't take advantage of it. So they don't think they have a foundation. They don't think that these things are out there for them.
They don't think that's what I just said. They don't.
No, you said they don't have a foundation.
They don't have a foundation. Well, they may have a foundation, but they can't find it. You know what I mean? They don't know.
Okay,
how
I can run with that one. Right.
It.
But it's there for them. That's why Phil is saying that it's a choice. The choices that they're making, they don't have to make those choices. They're making those choices, and they're the wrong decisions.
One thing when we was growing up, right, we was about 5 or 6 years old, man. Probably eight or 9. Your parents or whoever used to tell you, you know right from wrong.
You know right from wrong, man. That's the bottom line, man. Like that's the bottom line.
Somebody told
you know right from wrong, Phil.
Whether
when we was wait, Phil. Back in the day when we used to do what we used to do, do we know it was wrong?
I can't.
Back in the day when we used to do the things we used to do, did we know it was wrong?
Absolutely.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, we knew it was wrong.
We knew it was wrong, right?
Why did we do it?
But we did it. But we wasn't killing nobody, man. We wasn't robbing a lady down the street. We wasn't shooting no kids, man.
Wait, but that's beside my point. Why did we knew it was wrong?
You did it because you wanted to. You did it because you wanted to.
That's true.
You did it because you wanted to. You didn't have to. You didn't have to.
No,
exactly. So you did it because you wanted to.
No, we did it because we thought that was what was going to get us ahead.
So you wanted to. You did it because you wanted to. You didn't have to. Like, remember at one time, like you came and was working with me. You could have, you know what? You decided to do something different. At that time, that money was a little slow for me at that time. Because you go from one thing to the other. Like it was slow, but you had it. It was slow. I mean, it's you know, and I think, you know, I'm rocking out with what Phil said, man. You know, I think that at some point though, we have to also tell these cats like, yo, no, you don't have to do that. You're choosing to do. You being lazy. That's what you're doing.
They know they don't have to do. Phil, you work with these kids closer than I do.
Right.
What would be the solution that you would think that would, like, you know, get these cats to realize like there's a better way? Right? Like, how do you get them to realize? Because a lot of times they looking at you like it's just talk. Don't nobody care about.
Keep giving it to them. You have to keep giving it to them. Go ahead, Phil. What's your response, man? I think you got to keep giving it to them.
It's a collective effort of everything. Like you got a lot of kids have mental health issues. You got a lot of kids with the parents, and it all started at home, first of all.
That's right.
So if we could build some little program, like you said, the programs and all that stuff, and also accountability, man.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Right.
That's where we lack in all areas. Parents, kids, the old
That's where it goes back to. Just like Sandy said,
it's a breakdown in the family.
You know what I mean?
You said the fake OGs. Wait, hold up. Phil said something. You said fake OGs. What do you mean?
Yeah, the one that put the gun in your hand. The one that co-signed the goofy stuff. Them the fake dudes. You co-sign the goofy.
Another thing.
You just as goofy as the young boy because you're supposed to know better.
You worse. You worse.
Right.
You worse. Right. Who you gonna say now?
A lot of things people don't realize, and what is the difference between when we were young and doing things and these guys now, right? The crack epidemic and the drug epidemic wiped out like 2 generations of kids, right? We had kids, like I can remember like having little kids, giving them money to go to the store, stuff like that. Like little kids, like, you know, 7, 8 years old, they out in the street 11, 12 o'clock at night. Like, yo, shorty, why you still out here? What? Man, I'm just chilling. 7, 8 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
chilling.
Like that family structure was broken. It was broken, and we haven't gotten to the point where it's fully repaired.
Actually, it got worse. Let me tell you, it magnified with the drugs, with the opium, you know, the pills.
Right.
Little crisis, and Think about the separation from the parents, and like you just said, right? Like me and my man had a discussion the other day, right? He was telling me, yeah, Phil, it was the same amount of killings back in the 80s and the early 90s as it is today. I said, guess what? You right. But the difference is there wasn't no women getting killed. Wasn't no kids getting killed. Only time the kids got killed was when they, quote unquote, I hate to say it, was caught in the crossfire.
Just straight. Right.
Now they shooting you while you with your kid.
Yeah. See, these guys don't have no conscience.
Right.
You know
that's the whole thing, man.
It's no thing.
But you know what, though, Knight, I think when you ask the question, though, what needs to happen to get these kids to learn? Somebody said it. I mean, I think you have to keep pouring. You have to you repeat yourself time and time again.
Why every time you see me,
let me finish.
Yeah.
You have to keep pouring, whether it's yours or not. And hopefully you get a breakthrough. I mean, I look at what I do at my job. The young boys, I pull them to the side all the time. Like, listen, you can't do that. You come on, show up on time. I'm constantly pouring, and I see them falling off. But you know what? I keep pouring. I keep talking to them. I guess that's the difference is you can't give up on them. You
can't give up on them because, like I said, they haven't witnessed what a work ethic look like.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know what a grind look like.
That's right.
They don't know what a real grind look like. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it looked like to see your dad come home after busting his ass.
Actually, that's why I say
off the check.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
our dad want his drink money, man, for the weekend, man.
But you know what? These brothers out here, these young cats, man, I feel for them, man.
But that's why I said, what they don't realize is that the choice that they're making, they're taking the easy route. They might think what they're doing is tough. They're taking the easy route out. The tough one is waking up early in the morning, going to work, like you said, the true grind, putting your 8 hours in and coming home. That's the tough one. And to do that,
you never saw that. If you never saw that, how do you know you can be successful doing it?
You only know what you see and what you hear.
Right.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. As the person said, it's the breakdown of the family. It's tough, but we can't give up on them. We have to keep plugging.
Yeah, that's why every time we talk about the young guys, man, I'm like, I'm never gonna say like, hey, how you doing? I'm never gonna say, like these young guys ain't shit. I'm never gonna say that, man. They out of control. I'll say that, but they still human beings. They still need love just like everybody else. That's another thing too. These cats never had love before. They don't know what love feels like. You know what I'm saying? How can you? You know how you can tell they don't know what love feel like? It's because anytime you can go out here and shoot a kid, or you can go out here and shoot a female, or if you can go out here and shoot a person, period. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what love feel like, man.
But you know what, though? You know what? But you know what, Nike? I think the other thing, too, I think that they also, Phil talked about accountability. So, I mean, this might sound rough, but I think that they aren't afraid to get locked up. They're not afraid to go to jail.
They're not.
They're not afraid to go to jail.
I just told you why. I told you
when they hit them,
because a lot of them guys, they go to jail and they live better than they do outside.
Like
I mean, do they though? Go ahead, Phil.
I know a detective. My friend, his best friend is a detective, right? He was telling us, he said, man, these young boys be so high in here. They wake up like, yo, you charged with murder one or such and such and such. What?
They don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people said, what? A lot of know. Man. Yeah, I ain't making this up. It's a true story, man. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
A lot of these dudes be so high, they don't know what they be doing, man.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
Like, you book for a body.
It's crazy, man. And I'm gonna tell you something else. My son, right?
Me too.
My son, he I ain't gonna, my son just got out of jail from doing a long time, right? And he was telling me about the young guys that come in there, and he was like, those guys are coming in jail, and they make their reputation in there. That they make their family, their friends inside. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they
rough,
build
man.
their family in there. You know what I'm
The
saying?
bottom line is, man, when you talk about solutions, like to bring it, to bring it full circle, man, we can't give up. We had to keep plugging and just, one at a time. I mean, we laughed about it during the last podcast. I guess we're now those old heads. Whatever we can do, we just have
That's
to
what
keep
I'm saying.
doing it.
I wish we could have got them. I wish we could have got some of those guys to come down.
Yeah, I could have bought.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could have took them out to eat, or we could have, you know what I mean, just kicked it with them for, you know what I'm saying? And because the thing too that's missing from these young guys' lives is, and I ain't trying to be, they don't have no real brothers around. No real cat.
Like other than the fake OGs Phil was talking about.
Right. Yeah. Just because they listening to knuckleheads that just is older knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're older knuckleheads. That's true.
Right.
True. Yeah. All right.
Like they need some real brother love. That's what they need.
So we're gonna bring this last topic in, Phil. We coming to you.
Go ahead,
we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes, and we got to leave on time here because we're not in the crib. All right. Last topic. Are we really woke? Are we really woke?
Are we really woke?
Yeah. Are we really woke?
No, ain't nobody woke. Only Mike sound woke, man. No, I'm just messing with y'all, but I don't think we. Honestly, truthfully,
why you say that? Why you say that, Phil? Why you say, man?
You see what's going on, man. We ain't doing nothing about it, man.
Okay. Now Lynette says first, define woke. All right, Nike, define woke. What do we mean? What do we mean by that?
First of all, I hate that term deeply.
But we know what it means.
But I know what you mean. Like self-aware, having self-awareness, having being all about Black culture and being self-aware of your heritage, right? And having some sort of pride in being a Black man,
So
really we talking about aware, self-awareness.
Awareness.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah. I attribute it to this, right? I compare it to this, right? We went crazy with George Floyd and everything, right? The young boys out here killing each other crazy, right? Meanwhile, you had a whole KKK march through Philadelphia. Ain't nobody protest against them dudes or man.
You talking about a while ago.
That was like about 2 months ago, right? They had the whole KKK walk through Philly, man.
But they ran them boys out of there, though.
They walked through Philly, man. No, the young boys were supposed to run them out. You keep killing each other.
You know
what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a bean. I ain't saying do nothing crazy, but at least go ahead down there and protest that.
You
want to protest and
you gonna kill a Black man, but you gonna let them walk through your.
Come on, man. They walk slam through the city clean. Got away clean.
Yeah.
See, but if they was listening to cats like us, that would never happen. That would never happen.
Come on, man. But you tear down Brown's family shop, right? The same man that's serving your community, helping your mom and your grandmother with what they built, with their pills and stuff. You tear down the shop, right?
And to Terry's point, people saying that the young boys ain't crap. The KKK are the ones that came marching. They're the ones that's saying that. Y'all black folk, y'all ain't crap. So if anything, like you said, if you want to stop somebody from marching through or pick a moment to represent, that would have been that moment.
That was the moment. That's why I say we still sleep, man. We ain't woke.
Yeah, we still a lot.
That's man, a good point.
That's the hardest thing that man, it's so hard right now, like trying to get people to realize, like, what's so hard about just being united? What's so hard about being Black? Like,
because Instagram took over your life, man.
Yeah,
because what?
Instagram.
What's so hard about
social media, the double, man. That took over values, everything, man. It took over everything. Nobody got no respect. There's some people I see on there I used to respect females and stuff. Now they naked. I'm telling y'all, man, that's real.
Well, I mean, but you know what though? Yo, actually, what's funny? It's funny, Phil. I mean, I know you said that jokingly. It's the devil, but the chemical reaction you get in the brain from likes and stuff is the same as it is when you're on drugs. You point that night. It's the same as what you get when you're on drugs. What?
Yeah.
I was letting you know Lynette was here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you ain't seen?
No, I didn't.
Hey, Lynette.
We have so much to divide. We have so much divide put in place. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, but you're right though.
We're divided by finances. We're divided by religion.
Mm.
We're divided by location. I mean, it's so easy just to be black. It's so easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to be black. Just be black. You ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing about it is,
putting on a pound of makeup, man, looking half dead, and the dark skin girls want to be. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Let me say that it is hard to be black.
Come on, man. Black is black is beauty, man.
But as far as being woke though, I mean, I just think, you talking about being self-aware though. I don't think that's hard, man. I think that's easy. I think that's easy. It's easy to be yourself and to carry yourself with self-respect. True.
And here's another thing. That's why we need our community centers. That's why we need our people now. We don't congregate unless it's a party. We don't congregate unless we're going to see somebody shake their ass or you know what I mean. Why can't we congregate just like we had this podcast, right?
This forum right here. This forum right here is supposed to be popular.
Yeah.
Right.
Just talk about black issues. Talk about you know what I mean? Here's another thing. If we had community centers in every city or in a couple community centers. Remember how we used to do, Phil? We was in the community centers playing ball.
Mr. Waddy.
You know what I mean? All over. You know what I mean?
I think you know what though.
All that.
I think what happened is I think we put our guard down. We got comfortable. We got comfortable in this whole thing. And so. And we got lazy. I don't want to use the word lazy. We got comfortable. We stopped trying because we thought we made it. We thought that we could take our foot off the gas from the 60s. And we shouldn't have. We weren't there yet. We weren't ready yet.
Actually, it seemed like we got worse with more opportunities. Like we got a lot of opportunities out there now.
Sure, but like I said though, but we took our foot off the gas back in the back a while ago. To Terry's point, we were more together. We did things together more so than now. So we knew about those opportunities that were there, and we had people to point you in the right direction to make sure that you were, make sure you were walking a straight line. Whereas now we got comfortable.
Listen,
everybody wanted to go in their silo.
It's something simple as breaking bread together, man. We used to break bread together.
Right.
We don't even break bread together, man. Papa's store and Chinese store, they winning, man. Like
that's right.
You telling the kids to get some food from there, get a cheesesteak flat and stuff.
That's right.
We broke bread. They can afford it. We couldn't afford it.
I know I didn't have a rant.
Mom had to cook the meal
earlier.
Mom had to cook the meal. That's right.
They had to cook the meal for the whole family, and that's what we ate off of.
That's right. All right, look, real quick, Mike. We can say something real quick because we gotta wind it down. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. No, never mind. I'll table it for next week.
All right, okay. Closing up, Phil. What you got in closing, man? We got 2 minutes, and he got the cut sign.
Hey, man.
They're about to kick us out of this joint.
Check this forum out, man. Like this platform, this Real Brothers Live, man. Like, come on, man.
Hey man, we trying, man. You know what I'm saying?
Positivity we get, man. Like, and we gonna make some moves too, man.
Right.
Appreciate y'all having me down here, man.
I'm glad you came, bro. Nice.
Hey,
that's right.
Hey, Phil, now you down here, man. Your man is in town. We go have some drinks. We could go listen up or something, man.
My head.
I retired from drinking, man, but
Hey, Phil.
I gotta go to work tomorrow too.
Yeah. And my headache just left, so I ain't drinking nothing.
Oh, wow.
All right, in closing, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yo, Phil, thanks for coming, man. Real quick in closing, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. We gotta get out of here. So, in closing, we want to thank Phil for coming through. Thank Phil and Pop and Lynette. And thank you all for tuning in. Go ahead, Nike, real quick.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got some other things in the works coming up shortly, and we just want y'all to stay tuned. We're also coming up on our 1 year anniversary soon,
February,
and actually in January.
The end of January, right. The end of January, the 24th.
Yeah. So we, we in this for the long haul, man, and we got
Tell a
some
friend.
big things coming. And,
Let your friends know to check us out. You can see us on all major platforms, y'all. We got to get out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
all right,
All
God
right.
bless
Bless you.
everybody. All right.